Hi guys, welcome back to my tutorial. This is So with Ritzy. On today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draft this collar neck asymmetric blouse. So I've already drafted out my basic body pattern just like you see here. Now I'm going to do the explanation on this video, so I won't go into, I know a lot of you know how to draft your basic body, so what I'll do here is to explain in details what I've done so far here. Now I'm going to use the easiest method to teach you how to draft the asymmetric blouse. And you're going to see the final result attached to this video. Now first of all, you draw your basic body pattern. Now my neck distance, I'm using 3 inches. Okay, now this is my shoulder slope, okay, of 1 inch. Now this is my armhole curve. Now you go in by half of an inch, you curve it. Now from here, this line here, the first line you see here is my bust point line. The second line you see here is my under bust line. And the third line you see here is my waistline. And here is my blouse length, okay? So this is my full blouse length. Now, the distance I took here is my nipple to nipple distance, okay? Your bust point distance. It varies, okay, depending on the person's bust size, so it varies. You have to measure while taking the measurement. So mine here, I use 4 inches because my client has a very small bust, so I use 4 inches, and that 4 inches will include my sewing allowance. So here I take half of an inch. Yes, here I take 1.5 of an inch. So you will now connect it to meet with the bust points, okay? Connect it from the under bust to meet with the bust points using your curve ruler. Now you take it down to the to the blouse length, and the same thing applicable here. So when you're done, you now come to where you have your armhole curve here. Okay, so you're going to take half of an inch here on the side here. You connect the first line up to this bust point. Now you connect the second line down to this bust point. Okay, so that is going to make your bust sit very well. It's going to give this beautiful shape around the bust area. Okay, so when you are done with that, you take your basic measurement. I'm not going to pad this cloth, okay? I won't do too much of padding. It's just to use a stay and create this contour around the bust area so that the person's bust will sit very well and it will not look very flat, okay? So I'm going to take my bust measurement, okay, and I'll add my sewing allowance. You come into my under bust, you take your under bust measurement, which is the first line here. Now whatever you have here, you see in between this gap here, whatever you have to return it on this other side, okay? After your body measurement, you return whatever you have here on this line before you add your sewing allowance. If you do not do that, you are going to run out of fabric. Like, you will have shortage, you will not have allowance to sew. So you can see from the, let me take my camera close. You can see what I have here is 2. So after taking my body measurement, okay, so I have to return it. Can you see? I return whatever I have on that line before I now mark my sewing allowance. I like working with a lot enough sewing allowance because, you know, people's body, it's very funny sometimes. Some there are times you sew a particular dress for someone, you take it to your clients, before you know it might need some adjustment now, so you have enough allowance to, you know, do that. So that is just me. I don't know about you. So this is my waist measurement. You do the same thing. Take your waist measurement, return the dart you have here on this side before you add your sewing allowance. Now the hip measure and the blouse length is the same thing. Now this blouse length, you are going to mark your hip measurements, okay, on the blouse, because the blouse length, this is a long blouse length, so the aim of that blouse will sit on the person's hip. So you do not use the waist measurement on this blouse length. Instead, you use the hip measurement. If you use the waist measurement on this blouse length, it's going to be too tight on the person's hip is going to be very tight, because that is not where the blouse will sit. It's going to sit on the hipper part of the body measurement. So I'll return it. I will take my hip measurement, whatever that you have here, you have to return it, and you take your normal sewing allowance. So when you're done with that, you connect the lines, connect all the dotted lines. So when you are done with that, okay, you connect your line down to the hem, and you come up here on the 3 inches neckline you created. You mark 4.5 inch up, okay, 4.5 inches up. You connect it straight up here, and you connect it down to your neckline. All right, this is the neckline. Please, you will not create, do not create that neck curve. Don't create it, because this is asymmetric. Okay, so when you are done, you cut this off. Okay, cut out your pattern. I'm going to do this off camera. I'll come back and show you how it look like. So after cutting out your pattern, this is what you have. You have a separate pattern like this. Remember, your pattern must be on a fold. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. So you must create your pattern on a fold, okay, so that you have 2 divided pattern like this. Okay, so after you're done with that, okay, on this neckline, here, this is your neckline. So you know, this is your neck distance of 3, which is on a fold. Okay, so when you open it, it's not going to be 3, it's going to be 6. Okay, so let me measure it and show you. Okay, so this is it, you can see. So it's 6 on a fold, right? Oh, sorry, when you open it. Now this line here, okay, this line depends on how you want your it depends on how you want how deep you want your symmetric to be. Okay, how deep you want your symmetric to be depends on you. So you know, if it's very deep, it might likely reveal your bust. Okay, so you know what you do at this point. So you create how deep this line, how deep you want your symmetric to be. So mine, I'm going to go with, I went down from this neck point 6.5, because I don't want my client's bust to reveal. So from that 6.5, you come up here, where you have this 4.5 inches, come up. Now you connect the line down to the end of this neck, your neck in width. Okay, you connect it. Now when you connect it, okay, you will do what? You cut from this point, you cut it down. So when you cut it down, okay, you cut this point, cut this place, like cut this line that you connect. When you cut the line out, this other side will go off. You don't need this side, this place, okay, that I mark. Yeah, it's going to go off. Now when you cut this place off, now you cut this place out. Like, sorry, you slash this line. You slash it down to this point. Okay, remember I told you the distance you take depends on how revealing you want your bust to be. If you take it too deep, your bust will reveal. Okay, so you know what to do at this point. Okay, so when you cut this place out and you slash this line open, now when you flip it, it's going to give you this falling effect. Okay, this falling collar neck is going to give you that falling collar neck. Now this particular method is very easy, because you don't have to cut a collar separate and you now fix it on the clothes. This is cut together collar. So you cut it together with your clothes, you use your lining, turn it, flip it, and make sure that the lining you are using to turn is the same with the clothes, okay, with the fabric you are using. So you turn it, okay, flip it, and it's going to slip. Okay, this one is more easier than using cutting the neck out and cutting a separate collar, fixing it before you use your lining to turn it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So this is the easiest method. I'm going to cut this off the camera and I'll sew it and you will see the final result. It's very easy. There's not too much calculation or working, so it's very, very easy. So I will be posting the final look of my gown. Okay, so for the down part of the gown, it depends on the style you want. Okay, you work with any style you want. Okay, you might choose whatever design you want at the end part of it. I am going to go with the design of my choice, so you don't have to use the design I'm using. Okay, so you can use any design you want. Okay, so it's still going to come out very fine. Okay, so I will show you the final look of this blouse when I post it on my mannequin. Bye guys, I love you. So from the cutting, this is what I was trying to explain earlier on. So this is how the neck is going to be. This is cut together, collar, asymmetric neck. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. So once I couple everything out and you see the final look, it's going to come out very fine. Okay, so please do not forget to like this video, share this video, and give me a thumbs up. Okay, bye.